Welcome back to Virtual Bar Hoppers.
Yeah,
we're back, Rob.
Yeah, we're in 3D. Woo. Yeah, man.
We're not actually driving. We're on a permanent red light.
Yeah, we're not driving yet, but
cheers.
And on that note, welcome to Virtual Bar Hoppers. The show starts now. All right, so what have you been up to? I know you're leaving somewhere nice tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm actually going back to the motherland. My family's from Bolivia. That's where most of my family still live. But yeah, I'm going back to the motherland. Bloopers. This is part of the blooper set. Right. Sorry guys, technical difficulties.
Let's try that again.
But yeah, so I'm going back to the motherland. Bolivia is where my family is originally from, and I still have the majority of my family out there, so I'm going to visit some friends' family, so it should be a good time, man. We need to get you out there one of these days.
No, that's pretty awesome. You know, the land of Bolivia I hear is pretty damn dangerous, but I'll go hang out with you. As long as there's good drinks over there, right?
Well, you can do so much for a cheaper price. Like, that's another reason why I'm going, because everything's so damn expensive over here right now. That my $1,000 will go like a whole month easy, and you'll live like great.
King.
Yeah, so
all right,
make that money last.
Well, before we end up at the bar, which the bar is pretty close, we're going to show you what this place, but before we get there, tell them about Bitcoin conference.
Yeah, so speaking of money, right? Bitcoin, so won't get into the weeds of the technical stuff, but I have been into this space for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
A little bit before COVID. And, you know, I tell Eddie about it a little bit. He's starting to come around. But yeah, the conference was pretty cool, actually. We got to see Steve Aoki. They had 2 days of actual like conference and panels and, you know, educational stuff. Nerdy stuff.
That sounds very nerdy.
But you know, cool stuff and some cool announcements, and just seeing how like all these different entrepreneurs and engineers and stuff are approaching it, and there's so much investment into it. It's pretty cool to see. But the third day was festival day, which you were supposed to come, but you had a little incident with your car here.
I did, but let's just say the car went through hell. But before we talk about that, we got to talk about the day before. We got some good footage of that day. So I did get to go visit them. They're like, oh, come to the Bitcoin conference. I couldn't go because I think I was working, but then the end result is I was able to come at night. So what better place for me to appear than when the drinks are getting served, right?
Yeah,
especially for virtual bar hoppers. So we got some great shots.
Yep.
And we got some great shots that we drank as well.
Yeah.
And we even played some games. Your brother was there.
Yeah, so it was a Bitcoin after party, and man, these guys went big. You guys will see the footage soon, but man, cool DJ, cool location. I think 2 Lambos just parked in the entry.
Free Cuban food.
Yeah, free food. Pretty much free drinks until a certain point, and then by that time we were good.
Yeah, and the best part the funniest part is that, you know, you meet all these young entrepreneurs or people that are just invested in stocks and Coinbase and Bitcoin. And end result, like, you know, I met that guy that had my name, right? Robert, yeah. some redhead dude with my name, right? My middle name. So end result, it was funny because he's like, you know, I'm talking to him. He's like, yeah, man, I'm like 5.5 years old, and I invested in Bitcoin, and now I'm a millionaire. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm on YouTube. We ain't making shit.
We're going to become millionaires. Not yet.
But no, it was funny. It was funny as hell, and I think we should play, you know, the whole segment right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
My aim is clear. I take my shot, heading straight towards the top. I feel alive. I feel alive. I feel alive. I feel alive.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that Fiesta. Well, on that note, you know, we're going to tell you a quick little story. It's about the end of that night, you know, after the whole...
high fives, great night.
Awesome night. And I dropped these two off. End result, I do get a nail in my tire. So, you know, it was like, do we stay at... you guys were staying at your aunt's house.
Correct.
And I was like, yeah, let's stay there.
Who also actually was his employer, so...
Yeah, she was...
Interesting dynamic.
She was the boss.
Yeah.
She was the boss.
Yeah.
This is, you know, long time ago.
Yeah.
But end result, I drove back home and my wheel exploded on the highway.
We told them to stay, to crash.
Yeah, we got a nice picture to display. When we say explode, I mean it's shredded. It went to
Like
hell.
the wires are coming out.
Like I was riding on the rim. And the worst part is that I was riding on the rim trying to get off the highway. End result, there was no lane to no safety lane.
Yeah, no shoulder to pull.
Yeah, so I'm on a rim until I can get off of the bridge.
Yeah.
And finally I get to the safety lane, get on there, and the area has zero lights. No lights. It looks like this. It's like boom.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I can't even find the jack. None of them. They had hidden compartments on the Toyota RAV4, so everything's hidden. And I had 2% battery. Close to my parents. You know, they're the people to call. It's like, do I call my father, wake him up 3 a.m. or something,
Yeah.
or do I go on YouTube to find out where is the damn jack, or turn my light on and kill the battery right away?
Yeah.
So I went for calling my dad just in case. Thanks, Dad. But end results, I still called him, and then I kind of just felt around like a I don't know, like a blind man. Like a blind man, like Daredevil, just looking. I found it. I almost got the tire off completely when all of a sudden the Ranger came by, right? And the Ranger's like, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing there?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, wheels exploded to Kingdom Come. So don't worry about it. I'm going to take that off." And I'm like, "Yeah, you do it, buddy. I'll give you a big old fat tip." So he goes for it, takes it off. But in this whole time, he's telling me stories about the highway. And he tells me the highway, he calls it the meat grinder. Now, why would he call it the meat grinder? Well, he calls it the meat grinder because he says that in the 10 years that he's been a ranger on the highway, he's seen so many people die. So many of his fellow co-workers that are rangers have been run over by cars. And he's telling me all this stuff, so all I'm seeing is, it's 3 a.m. and I'm just seeing cars going zoom, zoom.
Not the most sober
Zoom.
drivers.
Yeah, and I'm just like, 3 a.m, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there's only if there is a car that's gonna crash, I'm gonna jump. There's I have to jump, but it's a ditch. It's like a big old 20-foot drop, right?
I'll take the gator.
Yeah. So I'm taking the ditch, but I'm getting paranoid, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you ride motorcycles? And I'm like, no.
Can you just get my tire fixed?
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, well, you never ride motorcycles. Those things are death machines.
Oh my God, someone's paranoid.
And he's like, I saw a person melt on a couch, on a fire, whatever. The stories are going beyond hope. And end results, I made it home, but I was scared.
But real talk, he probably sees so much fucked up shit that it's changed his perspective about to him, he's so nonchalant about the meat grinder. He's numb to it at this point,
Yeah, you have to make it into a joke by that time.
Yeah, it's like a freaking, I don't know, a oncologist,
Yeah.
You're so close to death that, it's normal.
Rangers out there, thanks for all that you all do. And when we get inside that bar, we're gonna take a cheers.
I'll do a cheers for ya.
You'll do it. I don't got a drink.
Salud.
Damn. Virtual bar hoppers.
Yeah.
We made it.
black one. That shouldn't count. We'll let it count.
Thank you once again for watching Virtual Bar Hoppers. Please subscribe, like, and all that other jazz. We'll see you at the next virtual bar.